Oh, all right, ladies and gentlemen, so let's get right back to it. This is lecture 3.5, molar mass and grams to moles conversion. Right now, we've already finished with molar mass, and we're going to focus on the grams to moles conversion factors. You ready? I am. Let's go. First things first, how do we convert between moles and grams? It's actually really simple. I think this graphic organizer does a great job of illustrating it. The answer to everything is moles turns it into everything else. And if you know this, it'll make your life 1,000 times easier. Moles are very easy to transfer. We can turn moles to grams, moles to particles, moles to pretty much everything. But we need to know, how do we go from grams, if we just weighed it out, how much does it weigh, the grams, to moles. How many moles can we find? If we have this number of grams, how many moles, or how many units of 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd particles can we find in that number of grams of substance? If you're a little confused, it's okay, I'll elaborate more in a minute, and our lab will show us. But let's go over it from here. Converting from grams to moles and back is as simple as just using a conversion factor. All you need to do is use the same tools that we've learned in Mr. Astor's travels using our dimensional analysis skills. So let's check it out. Oh, don't do that. Our conversion factor is going to be, you guessed it, molar mass. That's why we need to learn molar mass before we do anything else, because it is the key to transferring between grams and moles and grams anytime we want to do that switch. And it works a little something like this. The conversion factor is always putting what you want over what you have. So if you have grams, you're trying to find moles, you're going to put 1 mole on top and the number of grams on bottom. Because remember, our units for molar mass is grams per mole. Now if you start with moles, you're going to want to put moles on the bottom and molar mass on top, because it's grams per mole. And you have the number of grams. So in one way, you're going to be dividing by the molar mass. If you have grams, you're divided by the molar mass. And if you have moles, you're multiplying by the molar mass. Let's give it a shot. If you react 360 grams of C6H12O6, how many moles of C6H12O6 did you react in this reaction? So I'd start it out a little something like this. First things first, I need to find the molar mass, before I do anything else, of C6H12O6, which happens to be glucose. I'd probably want to consult my handy dandy periodic table. Let's check it out. C12H1O16. Looks like I'm ready to go. C6H12O6, I got this. C12H1O16. So I'm going to make my table really quickly. C-H-O. How many C's do I have? I have 6 C's. How many H's do I have? I have 12 H's. And I have 6 O's. And how much does each one weigh? Well, C, the molar mass of carbon, is the same as the atomic mass, or 12 grams per mole. Hydrogen, 1 gram per mole. Oxygen, 16 grams for every 1 mole. When I multiply these, I get 72, 12, and 96. So I add all those together, and I have 4, 6, 0, 1, 10, 18, 180 grams per every 1 mole. Now I start with 360 grams. It says I react 360 grams of C6H12O6. And I have to figure out what the conversion factor here is. Now remember, it's always what I want over what I have. What I want over what I have. In this case, I want how many moles? So I want moles. What's going on top? Moles. And molar mass is always grams for every 1 mole, And the grams are 180 grams. Boom. Cross it out, and I end up with 2 moles of glucose, C6H12O6. Problem solved. If you're a little confused on that, that's okay. I want you to give this one right here a shot. See how you feel about it. Now we're dealing with water. If you have 36 grams of water, if you were to measure out a bucket of water and it measures 36 grams, how many moles do you react? I also want you to try with 15 moles of NaN3, which is actually sodium trinitrate is the substance used in creating airbags. Go ahead and give this one a shot as well. MgCl2, we're going in the opposite direction. So go ahead and finish up the coaching correct. You guys are going to pair up with a person. Go ahead and use the battle board at your will. And I want you to solve these coaching correct problems. Question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4, question 5. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's it for today, guys. You will have homework 3.5 on molar mass and grams to moles. Other than that, go ahead and complete the activities for today, and you guys are good to go. Congratulations, and I hope this helped.